What is going on YouTube? Okay, so this is my introduction to black light detecting, or at least that's what I'm calling it. I had originally purchased this flashlight off of Amazon to help me find a stone here in Michigan that a gentleman by the name of Eric Rintamanki, I'm butchering his name, so I'll put it up on screen, found. And it is a fluorescent sodalite that he has coined the term Uperlite. So when it's under a black light like this, it will glow, it will fluoresce. And some of them are pretty spectacular. Long story short, I live in southern Michigan, and so far they found these only around the shores of Lake Superior, which is in the UP. I figured since in prehistory we've had glaciers that covered most of this state and they moved a tremendous amount of material around, that maybe if I walk the riverways and stuff with this light that I can find a Uperlite here in southern Michigan. Well, I haven't found one yet, but from here on in we're not going to refer to them as Uperlites, because Eric owns the intellectual property rights to that name. So we're just going to call it fluorescent sodalite. And like I said, haven't found one yet, but I have found a lot of fishing gear. And I'm an outdoors kind of guy. I like fishing, so it was a win for me. So I'm going to share with you all what I found and how I do it. And who knows, you might want to purchase a light like this off Amazon and give it a try. This one, as you can see, it says right here, it says UV 395 nanometers, and that's the wavelength of the light. It has a focus. It focuses to a point or comes back to a flood, and it takes a single 18650 battery. Came with its own charger. So I ended up buying it, I think it was like right around 20 bucks on Amazon. Unfortunately, this exact one is no longer offered from the seller I got it from. So if you want one, you're just gonna have to go on Amazon, do a little looking. Okay, let's get to the detecting. Alright, we're down here in the park, and it is, well, it's good and dark. Street lamps, can't see a whole lot, so we're going to try this. Well, I guess it does show up a little bit. So it shows up a little bit. That's on the stone. Ah, that's my shoe. So synthetic man-made stuff, or anything that has any kind of fluorescent paint on it, really shows up. Like, aha, I got something here. See that? I'm not going to touch that. That's somebody's tissue. Alright, I'm going to turn this back on when I find something. Okay, got our first hit. And as you can see, that's a piece of a lure. It's just a small piece though, broken off. So it's not a keeper. But as you can see, it fluoresces quite well underneath the black light. Yep. This is fluorescent paint that's in the grass. And an arrow, probably left over from when they had the festival here, probably where they were supposed to set something up. And under normal light, you can't even see the arrow. It's just not even visible. But under the black light, you can see where they had. Okay, we got our first find. That, if I can get this to focus, trying to get it to focus. Okay, there we go. That right there is a fishing grub, or synthetic grub. I'm gonna get it. Okay, let me zoom out. See, it's a synthetic worm, and it's got a hook in it. And you can see how it fluoresces. Sorry about the bad camera work, everybody. But this particular fishing line isn't fluorescing. Hey. Had a spider on the camera, but the grub itself fluoresces. So as you can see under regular light what we're dealing with. And a whole bunch of fishing line. That's why the fishing line didn't fluoresce. It's that braided stuff. Well, we will definitely haul that out of here. Okay, second find. A small piece of fishing line. That's what that blue is clear fishing line. And as the black light hits it, look how it lights up. Alright, we're going to add that to the pile. Okay, another mess of fishing line. All tangled up, and I'm going to slowly pull this out of here. I'm not going to be talking because I'm going to put the flashlight in my mouth, and I want to carefully pull this out because there could be a hook in here, and I really don't want a hook in my hand. So here we go. Okay. Looks like all this fishing line that I'm throwing up here on the picnic table is probably from the same person. Back to it. Okay, second find. See that? Let's zoom in. Kind of hard to see. That right there is part of a fishing lure in the weeds, and you'd never see it without the black light. So let me get it out. Oh yeah, it's got a hook in it. Let's take it over to the picnic table. So, that is what we have. And it's got a wicked hook in it. Let me get out the regular light. And I'm really sorry about this bad photography, basically, or videography. I'm shooting under really poor conditions here, and I'm by myself. Okay, so you get the picture. That was just pulled out of the weeds. You'd never even see it without the black light. There it is under the black light. So, on to the next thing. Okay, another piece of fishing line laying in the grass, and you'd never see that except for the black light. Let's get that picked up. Another piece of fishing line, and it's kind of right here alongside this walkway, so I'm going to pull it out and see if there's any hooks. Okay, got a fisherman's grub right here in the grass. Look at that. And it's all in one piece. That goes into my tackle box. Okay, here we are with our finds. We have that weighted head one with the hook in it. That pristine fisherman's grub. That grub's in two pieces. We've got a whole bunch of fishing line here, and if you'll notice, this fishing line, there's two different kinds. One is more of a greenish color, while the other's an electric blue. So, two different manufacturers, two different kinds of line. Then we've got this worm with this braided line, which does not fluoresce. Look at that. That line is almost invisible, but the worm is what gave it away. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this fishing line together to throw away. I'm going to keep that grub and that one piece and get rid of everything else as garbage and move on to the next park. Okay, I'm at the second park, and you can hear the water, and got our first hit just peeking through the grass, but you can see that glow is another fisherman's little grub. I'm pulling it out, and it has a hook in it. That's got a hook in it, so I'm going to be extra careful with that. In fact, I'm going to set it over here on a bench, and when I loop, okay, got something else peeking out of the grass right there. Looks like another fisherman's grub. I'm going to ease it out. Yep, pristine, no hook in it. Another one for me. Okay, got a piece of fishing line right there and right there. I don't see no hooks, so I'm just going to police that up as garbage. Alright, I'm over here near this bench, which is right near the water, and I've got pieces of fishing line all over the damn place. There's a piece there, there's a piece there, there's just all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to take a few minutes to make a little pile here of everything that's around here. And oh, that's my shoe. Okay, we got something else in the grass right here where I'm policing up all this fishing line. It looks like one of those weighted heads that have a hook in it for those grubs. So I'm going to easily work that out, and yes it is, with hook intact. So I'm going to set that off to the side and continue looking. Okay, all the fishing line we just found, and there's three different kinds of fishing line here. We got that fishing line that's showing up as really blue. We've got kind of a yellow color, and then right in here, it's kind of hard to see, there's kind of a green color. So all that fishing line was from different fishermen. Plus, I got that weighted head right there with the hook in it. I found another weighted head, but the hook is broken off. That's the little one there to the right. So that will go in the garbage on my way out. Another piece of fishing line on the ground. So no hook or nothing. So more garbage to pack out. Okay, I stand corrected. That piece I just picked up did have a hook. There's the hook. It was in the ground, you couldn't see it. And that is why you are very careful when you pick up any of this stuff. You really don't need to go and get a tetanus shot. So there you go. Onward to the next target.